Once upon a time, in a bustling city, there lived a rich young man named David. David had everything he could ever want: a big house, fancy cars, and lots of money. He was also very handsome. Everyone admired him, but he felt lonely because he didn't have anyone to share his life with. One sunny day, David met a beautiful girl named Lisa. Lisa was kind, funny, and loved to laugh. They quickly became good friends and soon fell in love. Lisa loved the nice things David bought her. She was happy and always smiled when she was with him. As time passed, David's love for Lisa grew stronger, but he noticed something about her. Lisa loved money very much. She always asked David for more gifts and expensive things. David didn't mind at first because he loved seeing her happy. But soon, he started to worry that Lisa loved his money more than she loved him. David had a secret. He had a friend who told him about a powerful ritual that could make him even richer. This ritual required a big sacrifice, and it scared David. But he thought, if he could have all the money in the world, maybe Lisa would truly love him. One night, David made a terrible decision. He decided to use Lisa for the ritual. He believed that if he had more money, he could be happy again. David's heart ached, but he felt trapped by his love for Lisa and his desire for more wealth. On a quiet evening, David took Lisa to a secluded place. They talked and laughed, just like they used to. Lisa had no idea what David was planning. She trusted him completely. As the stars twinkled above, David felt tears in his eyes. He knew what he was about to do was wrong, but he couldn't stop himself. David performed the ritual, and the night was filled with strange lights and sounds. In that moment, Lisa's laughter turned to silence, and David's heart shattered. He had gained the wealth he wanted, but he lost the person he loved most. David was left standing alone in the dark, surrounded by riches but feeling emptier than ever. David's newfound wealth brought him no joy. His mansion was filled with treasures, but his heart was empty. Everywhere he looked, he was reminded of Lisa. Her laughter echoed in his mind, and he could almost see her smiling face in the shadows of the house. David realized that no amount of money could fill the void left by her absence. David's guilt grew stronger each day. He couldn't sleep, haunted by nightmares of what he had done. He stopped seeing his friends and shut himself away from the world. The once cheerful and lively young man became a lonely, haunted soul. One day, as David was wandering through his house, he found an old photograph of Lisa. She was smiling brightly, holding a small kitten they had found together. Seeing her happy face, David's heart ached even more. He fell to his knees, clutching the photo, and cried out, "What have I done? I wish I could take it all back." Suddenly, there was a knock on the door. David, startled, wiped his tears and went to answer it. To his surprise, an old woman stood there. She had kind, wise eyes and wore simple clothes. "I am here to help you," she said softly. "I know what you have done, and I know the pain you carry." David was shocked. He led the old woman inside and they sat down in the living room. "Who are you?" he asked, his voice trembling. The old woman smiled gently. "I am someone who understands the power of love and regret. You made a terrible mistake, but there is a way to find peace again. It won't be easy, and it won't bring Lisa back, but it can help you heal." David listened intently as the old woman explained the way to honor Lisa's memory and seek forgiveness. He had to give up all the wealth he had gained from the ritual and use it to help others. By doing so, he could begin to make amends for his actions. David agreed. He knew it was the right thing to do. He sold his mansion, his cars, and all his treasures. With the money, he built schools, hospitals, and shelters for the poor. He dedicated his life to helping those in need, hoping to find redemption. As the years passed, David's heart slowly began to heal. He still missed Lisa every day, but he felt her spirit guiding him as he worked to make the world a better place. David learned that true happiness doesn't come from wealth, but from love and kindness. David's journey continued as he dedicated his life to helping others. He found solace in the smiles of the children who attended the schools he built, and comfort in the gratitude of the families who found shelter in the homes he created. Each act of kindness was a step towards healing his wounded heart. One day, as David was visiting a hospital he had founded, he met a young girl named Emily. She was very sick but had a bright spirit that reminded him of Lisa. Emily loved to draw, and she showed David her colorful pictures of flowers, animals, and happy people. David felt a special connection with Emily. He visited her often, bringing her new art supplies and spending time talking and laughing with her. Her joy and creativity brought light back into his life, helping him to see the world through a lens of hope and love once again. As the months went by, Emily's condition worsened, but her spirit remained strong. One evening, as David sat by her bedside, she handed him a drawing. It was a picture of a beautiful garden, filled with vibrant flowers and butterflies. In the center stood a girl who looked like Lisa, holding hands with a man who looked like David. "This is a place where people are happy and free," Emily said softly. "It's a place where love never ends. I think you and Lisa are there together, in a way." David's eyes filled with tears. He hugged Emily gently and thanked her for the beautiful picture. That night, he realized that his love for Lisa would always be a part of him, and that by sharing kindness and love with others, he could keep her spirit alive. Emily passed away peacefully a few days later, leaving David with a deep sense of loss but also a renewed sense of purpose. He continued his work, inspired by the memory of Lisa and the hope that Emily had given him. David's journey of redemption and healing was far from over, but he had found a new kind of wealth, the wealth of love, compassion, and the joy of making a difference in the lives of others.